Hey gaming fans, it is week 2 of the TGS Bloodbowl League, and here are my predictions for the coming week's games. The first game this week is Just As Planned versus Team Bedmen, and Just As Planned are coming off a big win against the Bamazons, and they certainly proved that I didn't have enough faith in them, pulling the game out 3-0 versus my predicted 2-0. I'm looking forward to seeing how this team fares when it comes up against a tougher, more aggressive team in the Norse Bedmen. But I think the armor value of the Bedmen will come into play, especially once the Hobgoblins start kicking them while they're down. And while it is unfortunate, Team Bedmen will be coming along without a lineman. They are also bringing their hopeless player Shadow Nos, who will obviously throw the ball in the wrong direction and fall over at every opportunity once again. I do think the armor value of the Chaos Dwarf team will prevail over the armor value of Team Bedmen. I'm going to call this game 2-1 for Just As Planned. Match number 2 to call this week is the Crendorians versus AJ's Hollywood Horrors. Probably the match that I'm looking most forward to this week. These two teams performed admirably in the first round. The Crendorians punishing my lack of faith in them by winning a match in which I called a loss last week. Last week showed that both of these coaches have been drilling their teams the right way. Blocks were made well with overwhelming numbers, and they didn't go too far with ball handling. Well, it could be easy for me to not call a winner this one and say it will either go to AJ's Hollywood Horrors if they can knock out enough of the skinks with the werewolves, or to say that, well, if those Saurus can take out the werewolves, it's pretty much game over for the Hollywood Horrors. I am going to put something on the line here and call it 2-0 for Crendor's team. I do think the Saurus can pull it over the line for the Crendorians, and hey, they've got little Skittles in their team. What more do they need? Third match for the coming week is the Bamazons versus Epic Maneuver. Two big losers from last week's set of games, and two of the most agile games in the league. The Bamazons really did take a nailing last week, but that does leave them with the ability to bring in a couple of ringers for the game this week. And while Lion-O wasn't very effective in the first game, her absence in the second week is actually a big blow for the Bamazons, bringing their pool of capable blockers down to 3 from 2. I really hope both coaches have sat down with their teams and really schooled them into the art of blocking and setting up those double blocks. And I hope the Bamazons have talked to their apothecary about not running out at the first moment. Along with bringing out the slight bit of luck advantage the Bamazons have over Epic Maneuver, I think the Bamazons could possibly take this out. However, I am going to call this a 1-1 due to the really extremely bad performance both teams showed up in last week's matches. The last match for the week is Sigmar's Strafers versus Vox Force. Sigmar's Strafers were a bunch of new recruits to the league, and they did feel like underdogs rising into the top 4 last week. They're bringing along their star player, the Butcher John Kimble, and they're going to need him because Vox Force have the armour to hold them back. If Vox Force's coach has told his team that, yes, they are actually extremely agile and they can just run away instead of getting beaten up, then Vox Force still stand a chance of getting back into the game and winning this match. However, despite the fact that the teams look very similar, I am going to call this match 2-1 for Sigmar's Strafers. I think they were the team that showed they knew how to work together, the better of these two from last week. So that's it, guys. This is my picks for the week. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.